Rumi Teaching by Dr. Farid Mostamand. Chapter 2. The Universal Essence of Rumi's Teaching. Rumi's journey led him to question and transcend the confines of organized religion, mainly as he delved deeper into his spiritual connection with the Beloved. While Rumi remained deeply rooted in his Islamic faith throughout his life, his understanding of God and spirituality expanded beyond the boundaries of religious dogmas and institutions. Rumi's encounters and profound friendship with Shams Tabrizi, a wandering mystic and spiritual guide, significantly shaped his evolving views on organized religion. Shams ignited within Rumi a longing for a direct and unmediated experience of the divine, leading Rumi to shift his focus from the external rituals and practices of religion to the internal realm of the heart. Rumi believed that true spirituality and the path to the divine lay within the depths of the individual's being. He saw organized religion, emphasizing rules, rituals, and dogmas as potential barriers that could obstruct the direct experience of divine love. Rumi's spiritual journey led him to question the established religious structures and how they often limited individuals' access to God. "I looked in temples, churches, and mosques, but I found the divine within my heart." His poems and teachings reflect his belief that God is not confined to any books, place, or religious tradition. Instead, Rumi emphasized that God's essence resides within individuals' hearts. He saw the heart as the sacred temple where we can intimately experience the divine. Rumi believed that the religion of love, Ishq, is the true pathway to God, enabling individuals to reunite with the Beloved. Rumi's perspective on organized religion did not reject spirituality or religious principles. Instead, it called for a deeper, more personal connection with the divine, unencumbered by the limitations imposed by human constructs. Rumi believed that the true essence of religion lies in the unity of all beings and the pursuit of love, compassion, and spiritual enlightenment. His message of inclusion and universality resonates with individuals from various religious backgrounds and traditions. Rumi's teachings emphasize that love and spiritual awakening transcend religious boundaries and are available to anyone who seeks the truth and the divine connection within their hearts. It is important to note that Rumi's views on organized religion did not separate him from his core Islamic beliefs. Instead, he sought to transcend the external forms of religion to reach the essence of spirituality. Rumi's teachings invite individuals to explore the depths of their faith and embrace the universal elements of love, compassion, and unity. Rumi was a Muslim, but his view of God was universal and not bound to religion. While Rumi's views on religion transformed after he met Shams, we cannot separate Rumi from his core belief inspired by his religion, which is about inclusion, not exclusion. "I pray in church, I pray in the temple, I pray in synagogue, I pray in the mosque, I pray to one God." His poetry is about the mystery of the universe, the imprisonment of the soul, love, separation, relationships, and his prime message of divinity. He believed our souls were united and contained in the universal consciousness before our physical existence. Like other Sufis, Rumi thought we could not understand God if we didn't understand ourselves. "I lost myself in God, and now God is mine. Don't search for him in any direction, as he is in my spirit." Rumi's God within belief is much different from other Muslims who believe in separating God and self. God is the creator of life and the universe and doesn't have anyone like him. He is the only one. He is light without any physical body, divinity within an organized religion. This idea of the direct path to God challenges the status quo and is a cause of concern in the established order. Most of the time, the established orders move people away from the union with God through dogma, religious rituals, and self-serving interpretations of their holy books. They subvert the spiritual journey for many believers and followers of a specific religion. Control is one of the main reasons for the establishment to deprive people of direct communication with God. They put an obstacle on the road that only they can remove to make our connection with God possible. They set up rules and guidelines to only benefit the established, organized religion. They force the follower to do this and not do that if they want union with God. God does not create an obstacle to unite with him. Religious leaders create obstacles for their followers to run to them for help, removing the barrier. They have more control when there are more obstacles to God's unification. They make the connection with God so tricky that the followers flocked to them for direction and guidance. Theologian and social activist Abraham Heschel summarizes the establishment's power. Religion becomes sinful when it begins to advocate the segregation of God, to forget that the true sanctuary has no walls. Religion has always suffered from the tendency to become an end, to seclude the holy, parochial, self-indulging, and self-seeking. It has often done more to canonize prejudices than to wrestle for truth, to petrify the sacred than to sanctify the secular. Yet the task of religion is to be a challenge to stabilizing values. Even all the holy books clearly state that God is everywhere and accessible to you. But the establishment is trying to obscure the simple message of how easy it is to unite and talk to God. They lose control if they give the actual message in all holy books. The Bible says, the kingdom of God within. The Quran also says, God is closer to you than your jugular artery. My beloved, you are closer to me than myself. You shine through my eyes. Suppose we want to remove the veil and be in direct union with God. In that case, we need to emphasize love over rules and laws put forward by organized religion to prevent us from communicating with God directly and without an intermediary. If religions want to direct us toward the union with God, they should point us in the direction of our hearts on the pathway of love, not the pathway of obstacles with rituals, rules, and guidelines. Religion should be transformative, not emphasizing loyalty to a group or claiming superiority over other groups. Whatever purifies you is the right road. I will try not to define it. I got into the Muslim mosque, and the Jewish synagogue, and the Christian church, and I see one altar. I searched everywhere to find a gift to bring you. Nothing seemed right. What is the point of bringing gold to? The gold mine, or water to the sea? Everything I came up with was like taking spices to the Orient. It is not good giving my heart and my spirit because you already have these. So I brought you a mirror. Look at yourself and remember me. Organized religions should be the messengers of God's message, not the message itself. Embracing Rumi's virtues. In generosity and helping others, be like the river. In compassion and grace, be like the sun. In concealing others' faults, be like the night. In anger and fury, be like the dead. In modesty and humility, be like the soil. In tolerance, be like the ocean. Either you appear as you are, or be as you appear. Rumi's teachings encompass many virtues he encouraged his followers to cultivate daily. These virtues include tolerance, modesty, humility, generosity, compassion, and concealing others' faults. Rumi guided how individuals can embody these virtues through his poetry and wisdom to lead a virtuous and meaningful life. Tolerance was a critical virtue that Rumi emphasized. He encouraged his followers to cultivate an attitude of acceptance and open-mindedness towards others, regardless of their beliefs, backgrounds, and race. Rumi believed tolerance was essential for understanding, harmony, and unity among diverse individuals and communities. He said, "Be like the sun in tolerance and generosity, like the night in covering others' faults, like a river in compassion and grace." Modesty and humility were virtues that Rumi valued deeply. He urged his followers to adopt a modest and humble demeanor, recognizing that true greatness lies not in self-aggrandizement, but in selflessness and service to others. Rumi taught that genuine humility is an expression of inner strength and wisdom. He said, "In modesty and humility, be like the soil." By embodying humility, individuals can connect with others on a deeper level and foster genuine relationships based on mutual respect and humility. Generosity was another virtue that Rumi emphasized. He encouraged individuals to be generous in their actions, thoughts, and words. Rumi believed that generosity is not limited to material possessions, but extends to offering others kindness, love, and support. He said, "In generosity and helping others, be like the river." Rumi taught that through acts of generosity, individuals can create a positive impact on the lives of others and foster a sense of abundance and interconnectedness. Compassion was at the heart of Rumi's teachings. He urged his followers to cultivate a compassionate attitude towards all beings, showing empathy and kindness even in adversity. Rumi believed compassion is a transformative force that heals wounds, brings solace, and fosters a sense of unity. He said, "In compassion and grace, be like the sun. Rumi taught that through acts of compassion, individuals can alleviate suffering and contribute to the well-being of others, creating a more compassionate and empathetic society. Concealing others' faults was a virtue that Rumi emphasized as well. He encouraged his followers to refrain from judgment and gossip, and instead focus on recognizing the inherent goodness in others. Rumi believed concealing others' faults nurtures a spirit of understanding, forgiveness, and harmony. He said, "In concealing others' faults, be like the night." Rumi taught that by embracing this virtue, individuals can create a supportive and uplifting community where people feel safe and accepted. These virtues advocated by Rumi remain relevant and applicable in the 21st century. In a world that can often be divisive and polarized, Rumi's teachings on virtues provide a timeless blueprint for building harmonious relationships and fostering a more compassionate society. The principles of tolerance, modesty, humility, generosity, compassion, and concealing others' faults offer practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life. By incorporating these virtues into our daily lives, we can cultivate a more inclusive and empathetic mindset, fostering understanding and respect for diverse perspectives. These virtues enable us to transcend barriers, bridge divides, and create meaningful connections with others. Rumi's wisdom reminds us that by embodying these virtues, we have the power to contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world where individuals can thrive and experience genuine fulfillment. Top of form. In Manaqib, Rumi's advice to his son, Sultan Baha al-Din Walid, Baha al-Din, if you want to live in paradise forever, be friends with all and hold malice towards none. Do not ask for too much. Do not think that you are more important than anyone. Be soft, like wax, not sharp like a needle. If you want no harm, say, teach, and think no evil. If you speak well of somebody, you will always be happy. This happiness is paradise. If you speak ill of someone, you will always be unhappy. This sadness is hell. When you talk of your friends, your inner garden, rich with roses, will bloom. When you speak of your enemies, your inner garden fills with thorns, and you become stressed and exhausted. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of Rumi's teachings. As Rumi reminds us, the path to the beloved is not paved with rules, but with love. In every heart, there is a doorway to the divine. If this message touched your soul, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video with those who seek spiritual depth and inner truth. Dr. Farid Mostamand's complete teachings of Rumi's books are available on Amazon now.